Yo, what's up guys? How are we doing today? Quick and friendly reminder that I'm going to be live on Caffeine. You can check me out in the link below at 6 p.m. Eastern today. We're going to be giving away a ton of different Fortnite gifts per usual, and I'll even be giving a random gift to some new followers. So if you haven't followed me over there, make sure you go and follow for your chance to win. So I'm not usually one to complain too hard. I find a lot of joy out of being positive and being a happy person overall, and for the most part, I am. And I don't want anybody to take what I'm about to say out of context because I love Fortnite. I love the game and I want to see it thrive. I care deeply about this game and that's why I'm recording. Fortnite is not a dead game and it's far from dead, but that doesn't mean that a lot of people feel like the game is going a bit downhill. If you go back to the prime of this game in early to mid 2018, which in my opinion was seasons 3 through 5, that was the most fun I've ever had on this game, and if you remember, every single person and their grandma was playing Fortnite, and you basically had to play it, and it was a lot of fun. Some of the things that made the game great were the simplistic gameplay before anybody knew how to build, or anyone was really sweating hard, where you would just get into sort of casual fights where people weren't building 100 miles an hour and they were just kind of fighting you. That was a lot of fun. Now, I realize that's unrealistic to expect to get back to that because people get good at the game and you can't ask people to not try when they know how to do well, but that was without a doubt one of the more attractive elements to the game in my opinion. Now, something we can complain about and something we can realistically hope to change are the amount of updates and all the content that we were getting back then that we're not really getting right now. Back in Chapter 1, the game was getting near weekly updates with tons of new areas, tons of new items, and so much more. I also really enjoyed the fact that they would add items into public matches that weren't necessarily like super skill based, but more kind of like fun and random, and that's kind of the appeal that Fortnite had. In my opinion, they should keep doing that and keep them out of arena. Public matches should be just that. Public matches where anything can happen. Some of the most fun that I can remember having on Fortnite was using the guided missile. It was definitely not the most balanced or fair item, but it was a fun item, and that's what I like to see. Fun items that are kind of out of the box, that are different, that give a sense of variety in gameplay. In Chapter 1, the average season length was around 10 weeks, so that's not too long. We were getting constant updates, I think, because the seasons were going much quicker and they had to do things in that way. Chapter 2, as you know, has been around for almost an entire year, and we are only on our 4th season, which is going obviously much slower. Because of these longer seasons, I guess they're spacing out the updates more, but that is heavily affecting the fan base that liked the kind of style Fortnite had previously. If you take a look at the Google Trends graph of the term Fortnite, you can see obviously in early 2018 it spiked, it was so high, and then it trickled down until Chapter 2 came out with the black hole, went back up a little bit, and then has since gone back up and is going back down a little bit more. So you can see the game is nowhere close to dead, although in my opinion, if they don't get things back on the right track relatively soon, it could meet that unfortunate fate. Fortnite has been massively successful. Battle Royale is over 3 years old, and there's probably many good years left ahead of it, but it needs to get back to the formula of what made it so successful when it originally started and what made it so appealing to so many. Constant updates, even if it's stupid stuff, even if it's dumb, overpowered. The beautiful thing is, after about a couple days, you can either remove it from the game or nerf it. Just make some interesting outside of the box items and put it in the game. That's what people want to see. Also, in Chapter 1, the storyline progression was much better. More stuff happened. I missed the days of the weekly loading screens, which showed the story progressing every week. The new POIs coming about every single week. All the different things that made you think and wonder about what was going to happen, and you could gather all the evidence and make theories about what you think was going to happen, and a lot of the times we could get pretty close. Now, to be fair, Chapter 2, Season 3, and 4 have been okay, not quite up to par with like the main seasons of Chapter 1, but they've been much better than Chapter 2, Season 1 and 2 because those we're almost completely bone dry for content. Another big thing is we're on our 4th season of this chapter, and there's only been one storyline event, and that was the device in Chapter 2, Season 2. There has not been like this big event happening every single season, which was the norm for basically the entirety of Chapter 1. There have been some cool non-storyline events like the Star Wars event and Travis Scott's event, but those aren't nearly as exciting as the ones that progress the storyline and possibly could even affect the map. I truly love Fortnite. It's a great game and it has a special place in my heart, and I will continue playing it for as long as it's around. I'm just giving my opinion on what I think things need to get back to. Personally, my playing time has dropped significantly in the past 2 months. I play on stream, I play some off stream, but not nearly as much as I used to because the game simply isn't nearly as appealing to me as it once was because they've strayed from all of the fundamental things that made Fortnite what it was in the first place. I've been playing games like Among Us, League of Legends, Fall Guys, old school RuneScape to kind of fill the void. Outside of all of the stuff we've already covered, there are a couple serious bugs in the game and things they need to fix for simple quality of life things. If you've watched my streams, you'll know that I play a lot of creative minigames like Dr. P Says, Hide and Seek, fashion shows, and much more. One of the biggest problems I have there are people getting kicked out, getting switched to spectate, or even just not being able to play whatsoever. And there are a ton of bugs in creative that make it so difficult in some areas for me to do those games. Also, when I want to do an actual custom or even a full map hide and seek or possibly a full map Dr. P Says with 100 players on the real map with a custom code, there's a big chance of people griefing, and that's happened a lot to me in the past. I don't want to get griefed. I don't want other players to get griefed, waste their time, make them feel like they got cheated, and that's why we need to have custom options for creative mode so I can actually control everything. Imagine a custom I could run for a gift where I could eliminate all guns so they don't spawn on the map. I could eliminate all vehicles. I could take literally every item out of the game except a pickaxe and then say, fight to the death. Whoever wins gets a gift. That would be unbelievably unique. Imagine if I could say only shotguns, only snipers, no building. Like if I could change these settings, it would make the game so much more entertaining and eliminate any chance of people griefing. Creators should absolutely have that option. If you take a look at Rocket League, which is another game that Epic owns now, they have those options. You can do all sorts of custom matches with custom settings, which is unbelievably fun. Again, I am not putting down Fortnite. This is simply constructive criticism. I love the game and I care about it, and that's why I'm making this video. I would imagine a lot of you guys feel similarly to how I do. Quite simply, it's hard to get as excited about a game that I love that hasn't been getting the same love and attention from the developers as it used to. And I really hope that changes in the near future. I have a lot of hope, but things need to change or Fortnite could be going away in the future.